shape. And there is Magnus.
And true to his form, he arrives holding 2 bottles of water with exactly 4 seconds remaining before the start of the round as Pragg carefully adjusts his pieces. The first couple of moves are going to be particularly important. A warm handshake by the ceremonial guest there. And we are about to see the ceremonial first move, which is, I think, e2, e4, but that does not mean Magnus will necessarily play e4. The move will be retracted, and then Magnus will make the official first move of the game. And it appears to, in fact, be the move e2, e4.
Yes, it was somehow guessable. I think that also you remember that match against Vincent Keimer in the decisive final game that Magnus won. He went for 1e4, yeah? He wanted to play the Rui Lopez, and Pragg taking his time, doing the Magnus thing, not answering immediately. Is he thinking about, should I play e5 or should I play c5? It's clear that he has already made up his mind before the game, but it's also nice to see Magnus's own medicine being employed against himself.
And as we start this game, before Pragg makes his first move, a big shout out. We have already over 50,000 people watching from every corner of the world, which includes so many of Pragg's fans from his hometown state of Tamil Nadu in India, but also across the world. And of course, Magnus Carlsen with so many fans that he has generated for decades. This is going to be awesome. Seatbelts fastened. And Pragg's response, the King's Pawn game, e4, e5.
Yeah, e4, e5 on the board, a very professional response. Also was kind of easy to guess. In a very important game, you want to be as solid as possible and wait for your opponent to show his cards. I do believe that Magnus will go for the Rui Lopez. I don't believe that he's gonna play the Italian, since Praggnanandhaa has been really involved in a lot of discussions there with Fabiano. And no, 4 knights. All right, that's a surprise.
Whoa. Okay, and now another big choice. Does Magnus play the 4 knights Scotch with d4, or does he...
Oh, 4 knights. All right, that's a surprise.
Whoa. There's also the move g3, which is known as the Gleck system. Very rare at the top level.
Yeah, I don't see Magnus going for g3. If he already goes for the 4 knights, I believe he wants to be as solid as possible. I mean, this g3 kind of stuff leads to double H positions without clarity. I don't think that you really want that in a decisive game right from the start.
Is it fair to say already that Magnus is trying to play with an abundance of caution? Because assuming he chooses either bishop e5 or d4, both of those moves, as he does in fact execute bishop e5 on the board, this is a very solid line, right? This is more, one could say, quieter than the traditional Rui Lopez. What conclusions can we make as Pragg drives his knight to d4, the most principled response, the most modern response to the 4 knights game?
The next move will be very important. And wow, okay, Magnus takes knight takes d4. This is like a silent, exactly. This is a silent draw for, or is he trying some e4, knight d5 kind of surprise?
Okay, now e5 is known as the bailout line. It leads to an exchange of knights. It is well.
feeling of things to lose hope. Every audience still going. I am even stronger now. Evil is lurking around you, and maybe I'm mistaken. You know I'm feeling alright. Like something on my face, something in my veins. Still hurts. And don't know what it takes, don't know what it takes to move on. The more that I've done, the less I become. I just have forever within our souls.
After 1-1, we're gonna get a dramatic tiebreak. I somehow also felt like if today some of the player wins, then we are missing out on so much action, so much drama. maybe also the players felt this way. Certainly Prague with the black pieces had to think about the game only, not about the result, just to make sure that you are at your best. But knowing Magnus that he loves rapid blitz chess very much, he loves tie breaks, it's kind of an understandable decision that he's happy taking this match and this World Cup into that grand finale tomorrow.
And it's a silver lining for all of the chess fans who took time out of their day and to watch this game. Yes, it is a bit of a disappointment that we didn't get a more dynamic game, but there's always a positive side, and the positive side is that we get some incredibly exciting rapid play action tomorrow. Of course, let's not jump the gun here. They're still playing, but at this point, I think the result is not in question. Prague exchanges the second pair of rooks, and King E7 is a very careful move. He brings his king up to the center. Bishop C8 is a paper tiger. You can just move the B pawn up 1 square or even 2 squares. There is nothing to fear on the queen side.
Nothing at all. The body language of the players also signals that they know that the game is coming to an end. There is not much to play for. If it's black to move, black probably gonna play bishop e6. Yes, on the board already.
C4, bishop e6, and who will be the one to do the honors? Who will be the one extending their hand?
Capture on e6. I think it's again one of those situations when the players will look at each other.
Yep. I think we're moments away. We're moments away from a handshake. And that means moments away from our job continuing tomorrow. And I'm secretly happy, Peter. I don't think anybody watching will begrudge me the point that I really did want, deep inside, I wanted a rapid tiebreaker, because what a fitting end this would be to this epic event. As we see h3, h5, Magnus might play g4 here. He might move his king up. But that's it. I mean, these moves are purely symbolic at this point.
Yeah, king e2 played, h3, h5 played before. Black puts everything on the light squares, of course.
There we go.
White has the dark square bishop. Handshake, draw agreed.
Wow. Well, that kind of game arc, I don't think anybody quite expected. They do make it to 30 moves, but the result of the game was essentially determined by Magnus Carlsen's opening choice. He plays a bailout line, the 4 knights, with this e5 variation, leading immediately to a very balanced endgame, and a great job by Prague, maintaining his composure, playing very accurately, not giving